Tragedy struck South Korea on what was supposed to be a routine landing. Jeju Air Flight 7C 2216, arriving from Bangkok, crashed while attempting to land at Muan International Airport on Sunday, 29th of December 2024, leaving the nation in mourning. The Boeing 737-800 was carrying 181 people, 175 passengers and 6 crew members, when disaster unfolded shortly after 9 a.m. local time. Only 2 people, both crew members, survived the crash. Video from the crash site shows the aircraft skidding across the runway without landing gear before slamming into a barrier. The impact was catastrophic, ejecting passengers and engulfing the plane in flames. Officials described the wreckage as almost completely destroyed, complicating identification efforts. The twin-engine aircraft, manufactured in 2009, was a mainstay of Jeju Air's fleet. According to investigators, the black boxes, the flight data recorder and cockpit voice recorder, have been recovered, offering critical clues about what went wrong. Initial investigations suggest a bird strike may have caused the landing gear to malfunction. The control tower had issued a warning just before the pilots declared an emergency. While bird strikes are not uncommon, experts question whether this alone could explain the disaster. Rescue teams worked tirelessly at the crash site, but the scale of the devastation left little hope. Out of 179 fatalities, many bodies were so severely burned that identification relied on fingerprint analysis. Authorities set up a temporary morgue to manage the grim task. At Muan International Airport, heartbroken families waited anxiously for news. Red Cross volunteers offered blankets and support as officials read out the names of identified victims. The anguish was palpable as loved ones demanded answers. This disaster is the deadliest involving a South Korean airline since the 1997 Korean air crash in Guam, which claimed over 200 lives. On South Korean soil, it is the worst since an Air China crash in 2002 that killed 129 people. Jeju Air's CEO, Kim Ibe, offered a public apology, stating that the aircraft had no prior accident history and that no issues were reported before departing Bangkok. The airline pledged full cooperation with investigators and support for the victims' families. South Korea's acting president Choi Sang-mok declared a 7-day national mourning period and assured that all available resources would be mobilized to address the aftermath of the tragedy. As the investigation continues, the tragedy of Flight 7C 2216 serves as a somber reminder of the unpredictable nature of air travel. For the families of the victims, the pain is immeasurable, and the nation joins them in mourning. Thank you for listening to this story on Flightscapes. If you found this account compelling, please subscribe for more in-depth aviation documentaries. Our thoughts remain with the victims and their loved ones.